Oklahoma State, of course, woke up with tragic news about a plane crash that took the life of the women's basketball coach and his assistant coach. Yet they still played a football game against Iowa State on the road. The number 2 team.
Oh, you guys can't use that.
Oklahoma State.
We still beat your asses.
Into the stadium before the game. Cowboys players gathered in prayer on the field. Cyclones head coach Paul Rhodes offered his condolences to Cowboys head coach Mike Gundy. There was also a moment of silence observed in remembrance of the plane crash victims.
Oh yeah, baby. Iowa State, Studley.
10-7. Brandon Whedon, a Heisman Trophy favorite, looking for Justin Blackman. Blackman, great catch, jogging into the end zone. Cowboys had a 10-point lead. Let's go to the third. Same score. Cowboys on the Iowa State 30. Whedon.
But look who ends up winning at the end, you know.
How about Moore slipping a few tackles and just running in for a touchdown? So the Cowboys had a 24-7 lead in the third quarter. The ensuing Iowa State drive, James White taking the handoff. James White finds a hole and just rockets upfield. A 32-yard touchdown. Cyclones still in it. They cut the lead to 24-14. Later in the third, same score after a fumble by Iowa State. Joseph Randall. Randall breaking through. Randall on his second effort, he fumbles though, and it's recovered by Iowa State. So Iowa State would settle for a field goal in the next drive. 24-17 Cowboys though. Early in the fourth. Cowboys in Iowa State territory. Whedon looking for Blackman. Oh boy. Picked off by Leonard Johnson. He is the real deal. Whedon's second pick of the night. Iowa State would go 3 and out, punt on the next drive. Whedon here. His pass goes off the hands of Jeremy Smith. Missed chance for Oklahoma State. The ensuing Cyclones drive. Jared Barnett finding Aaron Horn. Over the middle for a 20-yard gain. And then later in the drive, 2nd and 5 on the Cowboys 7.
So good.
Barnett connecting with Albert Gary for the game-tying touchdown.
They're so good.
Boy, they were not intimidated by the number 2 team in the land. We're tied. Next Iowa State drive. Barnett's pass tipped by Jarvis West into the hands of Alex Elkins for a pick.
Oh, yeah, I saw you won there, but...
The ensuing Oklahoma State drive. Quinn Sharp, 37-yard field goal
37 yards.
Go ahead.
Just like Boise State right there.
No good. Whedon,
Iowa State is just too studly for them.
He can't believe it. No, he can't. He's in shock. Take another look. It looks like the kick goes right over the left upright, but it's still ruled no good. So we're going to overtime. In overtime, Jared Barnett looked like he was getting more and more confident. Complete to James White for the 25-yard touchdown. So it's 31-24. Iowa State is on top. The crowd going crazy. Oklahoma State ball. Brandon Whedon to Josh Cooper. Way to respond.
Just watch college game day tomorrow.
Oklahoma State ball in the second overtime.
Just
Whedon
watch.
looking for Justin Blackman.
You will be like,
sorry. Boom.
It's
game.
Yeah, boy. So Iowa State needs a field goal to win.
They ain't getting no field goal. They're getting a TD. They're
makes a tough run inside the 10. Why leave it up to a kicker with so much on the line? The next play, they're that close. Woody.
Boom.
There it is. Game over.
Look how loud it is. It's shaking the camera.
State with a stunner. Shocking the number 2 team in the land.
Iowa State's just way good.
Okay, when you're ranked number 2 in the nation, I'm sure you don't suck, Jay.
There's them stats.
See how they were...
Whedon, 476 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
And
Whoa.
then they're just walking over.
No longer a Heisman Trophy favorite.
They
Jay,
do it
where's
last...
Jay, where's your controller? Shh. Where's your controller, Jay?
Oklahoma State knew it was over. Here.
Unbelievable.
The last,
like,
Oklahoma State 10 plays, there's walking.
Oklahoma
State knew they were going to lose that drive. They knew they were going to lose. Oh, so
Thanks, we welcome you to the games. I'm not sure I've ever seen a scene like this continue to this extent. So let's get you right down to Samantha Steele with that ballroom. Sam?
Coach, after the legendary upset against Nebraska, you gave a so proud speech. What do you have to say about your team tonight?
Oh, exactly that. I don't know how a guy could be any prouder of the effort that they gave. You know, we've had a few major upsets, a few major victories, but they've been all on the road. And to do it at home this year in front of this Cyclone Nation, in front of the fans that have been so very supportive of us in our program, I couldn't be prouder of every single bit of it.
Coach, you know better than everybody else. Nobody gave you guys a shot tonight. What was the key to you pulling it out?
Well, there was a little bit of a perfect storm here. Oklahoma State is such a great football team. They had 2 games to win. there was no question the big one to win was the Oklahoma game. They were going to have an open day before that, leading up to it. I mean, there were things that were set up for us. They were going to have to do some things poorly, and they did tonight. They were uncharacteristic with their turnovers, and we gained some takeaways. But I promise you, there wasn't a kid that got on the bus or on our roster that didn't believe from the time we started preparing that we could win this football game in that show tonight.